Well, today we're talking about your retirement, paying into the system, and giving you a look at some of the benefits that you will earn in your golden years. Our expert, David Carrier, the sponsor of this segment, is joining us in studio today. So, David, last time you were on, we talked about, we had 3 elephants.
Right, the 3 elephants.
Well, we had 3 objects. You uncovered the first was an elephant. What's the second object?
Right, well, so what we say is that, you know, if you're in a room with an elephant, it's pretty hard to deny it, right? But there are people who want to put a bed sheet over the elephant, pretend it's not there. Our job, yank the bed sheets off the elephant. So the first elephant was, when you do estate planning, people think it's all about the kids, avoiding probate, saving taxes, getting to the kids. Well, the first elephant is, hey, you're more likely, middle-class folks are likely to go broke. 70% wind up in long-term care. That's how they go broke. There's nothing to avoid probate with. So the first elephant is, let's preserve your stuff for you. Second elephant is this idea that there's a handout, that there's some charity or the caregivers don't get paid. You've been paying into the Medicaid system. Medicaid, you just got to face it. Medicaid is the way America pays for long-term care. It's just as simple as that. Medicare, if you break your arm, you need a new knee, Medicare. The rest of the story, long-term care, that's Medicaid. Now, what they say to middle-class folks, people who save and build, what they say is, go broke first. And when you're a beggar, all right, then we'll try to help you out. Okay, well, beggars are easier to please. Forget about it. What we're doing, and this is the second elephant, if we do it correctly, you will still have your life savings pretty much intact. So you can buy what you want to buy.
Is that because the way you structure it, you're able to allow people to keep their assets, to keep their everything that belongs to them, even if they would happen to need long-term care and still qualify for Medicaid?
Okay, see, what am I doing here? Why don't you just say it? Because that's exactly it.
Okay.
That is exactly it. You know, so many people think, oh, I can only have $2,000. I can only do this. I can only do that. You know, we have done thousands, literally thousands of Medicaid applications, getting the benefits over the last 31 years, getting the benefits for middle-class folks who need the benefits, okay? And every single application is audited, documented. You know, we tell them exactly what we're doing here. There's no hiding of assets. We don't put the bed sheet over the elephant. We yank it off and we say, hey, look, this is what we did. We make the rules work for the people who play by the rules.
Yeah, and when you're talking about it, you meet with people who come in and you take an inventory. You ask them to just basically show all of those things that they have worked so hard for that they would like to protect, even if they need long-term care. So true.
I mean, we will invest in a client before we're ready to make any kind of, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Between the intake paralegal, between the discovery interview, all the rest of the work that we do, we'll have about 12 to 15 hours of professional time into a case before we can even start to say what it is we would do. The Medicaid system is that complex, but it works.
Right.
You just got to make it work. You just got to be willing to do it.
Right. You need to have somebody that you trust to sit down and really help you navigate all of that. And then it's a document that needs to be periodically revisited because the laws can change, your circumstances can change too.
Well, you know, whenever we do a plan, we know that the law is going to change, right? We see a lot of plans that are, you know, if it doesn't work out exactly the way you thought, the plan doesn't work anymore. Well, we can't kid ourselves about that. We get changes to the Medicaid rules every month. So you have to build flexibility into your plan. It's not, I'm going from Grand Rapids to Cleveland, draw a straight line, there you go. It's more like see the USA in your Chevrolet. You know?
Speaking of Chevrolets, let's talk about your car show because you just had a great weekend. I ordered perfect weather, by the way.
I noticed.
You're welcome.
Well, it was worth the $10,000 to the scholarship of your choice.
There you go. Yeah. So tell us what happened last week at your office. It was really a cool event.
Yeah, here's the thing. I love old cars. You know, we had a 56 in the family, and so I've got a couple of old ones put together. And I just love the old cars because, to me, what you have to do to keep those things on the road, there's our winner. That's a 1958 Chevy. 55, 56, 57, the classics. This guy wins every year with that damn 58.
It's a beautiful car.
Well, it is, you know. and he does a real nice job with it. But we had over 400 people came out. We have room for 55 cars. I think we had like 60 or 70
Wow.
people just driving around. We had a 1956 Rolls Royce and a Bentley.
And it's nice to see people take such good care of those vehicles. I mean, they really do become their pride and joy. So let's talk about if people are interested in connecting to you and your team. We should mention,
Sure.
David, you have a team of people who really help to facilitate all of these meetings. How would they go about reaching out to you?
So 7 attorneys, 38 paralegals. You know, it takes a team. It takes a team to do the kind of work that we're doing. You know, I tried it as a solo. You can't get it done,
right, yeah.
even with a small staff. But now we've got enough where we can do the cases and get the results. And the way you do that, you come to a workshop. We have a lot of folks who are still just coming in on what we call the initial, on an initial, where they haven't been to a workshop. That's okay. But really, you get a lot more done because part of that meeting, that initial meeting, is going to be revisiting what we would have covered in the workshop.
Yeah, and if people are interested, your website is a great place to get information, and as you announce those workshop dates, that'll be updated as well. Well, thanks for stopping by EightWest.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
And this segment is sponsored by Carrier Law.